Welcome to another video production from Slater Dozier Railroad Media. In this video, we see rail action on Norfolk Southern's 3B South District, as well as progress on the CTC upgrades for the line. We begin this video on May 9th, 2025 in Sunny South, Alabama at the new control point named Sunny South. NS61C knocks down the clear signal with NS4868, a former BNSF-9, leading the empty slab steel train north. The following morning, NS702 would roll north through Thomasville, Alabama with two AC-44C6 Sims up front and another pushing on the rear of the train. This empty coal train is part of a new coal service from coal mines in North Alabama to Mobile, Alabama, where the coal is unloaded. This has prompted CTC upgrades to the entire NS3B from Mobile to Bessemer, Alabama in order to accommodate more rail traffic and move it at faster speeds. After meeting 702 at Sunny South, 183 would then roll south through Thomasville behind a DC GEVO lever. The next train would be NS 182, which would make a very late appearance since it usually runs the 3B South late in the afternoons. NS 8102, the Pennsylvania Heritage Unit, would be the rear DPU on this train facing out. We would catch the train knocking down the approach signal at Sunny South. The dispatcher's original plan was to have 182 meet NS-60C, the loaded slab steel counterparts at NS-61C, at control point Pine Hill. However, 60C would hit a tree north of Catherine, Alabama. The dispatcher would then give 182 a clear signal at Pine Hill, giving them trackage all the way to control point Dixon, which is the new control point for the south end of Catherine siding. We would then give chase to 182, beating the train to Annie Maney, Alabama. Annie Maney has always been the location for the distance signal for Norfolk Southern's interlocking with Alabama Gulf Coast Railway in Kimbrough, Alabama. The previous signal, which was a two-aspect signal that only faced north, has since been replaced by a bidirectional signal with three aspects for each of the two signal points. Unlike most intermediate signals across the NS system, this newer intermediate signal would show a clear indication once 182 entered the block. We would be surprised to see 702 sitting at Catherine as 60C slowly ease through the siding around the empty hopper train. We would catch 702 again in Gastonburg, Alabama. Traditionally, the 3B South has been a dark territory line where train orders are given to crews by means of track warrants from the dispatcher. With the upgrade to CTC, track warrants are no longer needed for the sections of track that are governed by dispatcher-controlled signals. Gastonburg is the northernmost end of the first stretch of CTC-controlled trackage on the 3B South, with the southernmost end being Atkinson, Alabama, just north of Thomasville. The dispatcher would also hold 60C for 182 before allowing 60C to continue south. This would be the final catch of 182 for this chase. We would then attempt to chase 60C after 182 passed. We would go all the way to Dickinson, Alabama to catch the train, which had an SD70 ACE leader wearing a P5 horn. Thank you for watching another video production from Slater Dozier Railroad Media. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this.